That morning, Kody Brown doesn't storm the courthouse doors like a mother fighting for custody. She moves quietly, calmly, almost like she already knows what's about to happen and has made peace with it. This isn't supposed to be a war. It's just a custody hearing, a simple docket on a beige courthouse wall. But the walls feel different today. The benches creak under invisible weight. Even the air sounds like it's holding its breath. 10 minutes late, Kody Brown appears. His suit too stiff, his shoulders locked, his eyes scanning the room, counting enemies. He doesn't greet Kody. No nod, no smile, only silence. The kind of silence you build over years under the same roof, now shattered inside a courtroom. Mary is already seated. Robyn clutches her purse too tight. Janelle slides in last, no makeup, no chatter. Her son sits beside her, head down. When he pulls a manila folder from his jacket, no one notices. Not yet, because the real hearing hasn't begun. But the real damage already has. The judge enters, calm, all business. Notes are read. Arguments start. Kody's side speaks of school, health, stability. She doesn't accuse. She explains. Her voice measured, steady. She's not trying to keep Kody away. She's trying to hold on to what little normality truly still deserves. Kody leans forward, his voice like a blade. Bitter, he says. She poisoned the kids. She's punishing me through truly, not parenting, vengeance. Tension thickens. Another fractured speech from a man whose authority is cracking. But someone else in that room hears something deeper. Janelle's son. He doesn't flinch. But his eyes close for a moment, as if a decision is made right there. Midway through the hearing, Janelle raises her hand. Not protocol. The judge nods anyway. I need to submit something, she says, her voice steady. Her son stands. No suit, no tie. Just jeans, boots, and a cracked voice. I filed a petition to testify, he says. The court accepted it. Kody tries to object. His lawyer tugs his sleeve. Too late. All eyes locked. The judge reads. Silence creeps across the room like cold air. This isn't character witness testimony. It's accusation. I witnessed my father intimidate my siblings physically and emotionally for years. Robyn gasps. Mary goes pale. Kody doesn't blink. She always knew this day would come. The judge signals both legal teams forward. Microphones muted. Cameras covered. This custody hearing just shifted into a closed investigation. Public observers must leave. Gasps ripple. Even reporters scramble. Kody stands. This is insane. This is family, not criminal. But the judge isn't moved. She has the folder. She has the legal request. She has reason to proceed behind locked doors. Kody exhales. This wasn't her plan, but it's the fallout she expected. If you think this was the explosion, you're wrong. This was only the smoke. Inside the sealed courtroom, every breath echoes. Lights seem brighter now, not because they are, but because there's nowhere left to hide. Kody sits with arms folded, holding back a storm. The judge calls Janelle's son forward by name. He stands, no papers this time, no lawyer. He looks straight ahead. My father was two different people. In church, the man preaching unity, laughing loud. At home, the man we feared. Robyn's cheeks flush. Her hands tremble. Mary stares at the floor. Kody sits still as stone. He continues, voice bruised from years of rehearsal. He screamed over dishes, over shoes left on the floor. Sometimes it wasn't yelling. It was silence. Long stairs. A door slam. A hand through a wall. Always coming too close. Always angry. We were scared to say it back then. I'm not scared now. Kody's lawyer objects. These are only emotional recollections. No, the son interrupts. I have photos from when I was 16. He walks up, hands the envelope to the judge. Quiet, controlled pain. The judge flips through. A long scratch down an arm. Bruising under a collar. A doorknob-sized imprint near a rib, a broken drawer. A shattered phone. A teenage boy's shoes packed by a front door. On the back, written in ink, age 16. Didn't go yet. Kody wipes her eye. I wanted to speak about it back then, he says. But I didn't want to blow up everything. I thought it was normal until I moved out. Then the words that divide the courtroom like an earthquake. I told my mom 2 years ago. She begged me not to say anything. The judge turns to Janelle. Is this true? Janelle hesitates, pale. Yes, I did ask him not to testify. Why? Because if he spoke, it would tear this family apart. Kody snorts. You protected them from me? That's a joke. Janelle snaps, voice sharp now. I protected you from the mirror. Silence, heavy, 6 seconds of truth. Your Honor, Janelle continues, there was always fear in the house. You couldn't name it, but it was there, between meals and church and chores. I stayed quiet to keep the machine running. Too long. The judge calls a recess, but no one moves. Robyn whispers, tell them it's fake. Kody barks, she knew something? Christine stands, eyes locked on him. You knew far more than all of us. We spent years making ourselves small so you'd feel big. And now your anger finally has paperwork. He rises. Don't act like some saint, Christine. You left because you couldn't control me. No, she says. I left because you stopped being a father. And now your son is showing you why. The judge returns. We will list this as potential abuse under family statute. Psychological reports will be ordered. Temporary suspension of contact is being considered. Kody's mouth drops. Robyn whispers again, say he's lying. But Kody doesn't. His hands tremble on a folder. He thought this hearing was about Christine. About control. About custody. But it's no longer about the children. It's about what was done to them, and by who. Outside, the media still thinks they're covering a family custody case. They don't know the court file now lists the Brown family under preliminary emotional abuse investigation. They don't know everything Kody built. His image, his faith, his leadership has been handed over in a yellow envelope by someone who shares his eyes. Christine and Mary stand side by side. Their silence is no longer resentful. It's united. And Kody doesn't speak because, for the first time in years, there's nothing he can say that anyone will believe. You think that's the bottom? Wait until the next testimony. That one has Kody's voice on tape. The courtroom smells of dust and nerves. After the break, no one comes back the same. Janelle's son sits palms flat on the bench as if letting go would make him crumble. Christine's breathing is steady, but her eyes wet. Robyn picks at her sleeve. Kody still a stone, until the door opens again. Another figure steps in. His second oldest son. Different mom, different bond. Long jeans. Black zippered jacket. Earbuds pulled out one by one. He hands the clerk a flash drive. 4 words. I need this submitted. 2 of Kody's sons now stand against him. This isn't about a broken family anymore. It's about how many pieces still want to break away. The judge leans forward. Is your client aware he is the voice on this recording? Kody doesn't answer. If so, we will play it now. The room stretches with silence. Robyn whispers, don't let them. Kody twitches just enough to nod. The judge signals the clerk. Volume low. Audio cued. No filter, no edits. No cameras. Kody's own voice begins to play. Keys jangling. Background kitchen noise. You don't talk to me that way in this house. You hear me? I provide. You obey. A slam. Something heavy. A child's voice. Soft, defensive. I wasn't trying to start anything. I just said I felt alone. Kody again louder. Trying to start anything. I just said I felt alone. Kody again louder. You think I don't feel alone too? Kody's voice blasts through the speakers, his own words betraying him. You kids think I owe you something? I gave up my life for all of you. Christine covers her mouth. Robyn's hands shoot up to her ears. The recording continues, and you walk around like I'm supposed to apologize for being your father. Then silence. A hard, suffocating silence. The audio cuts, but the courtroom does not breathe. 10 full seconds pass. The only sound, the buzz of courthouse lights above. Because when truth comes in your own voice, it isn't slander, it's weight. The judge finally breaks the quiet. Was that recording altered? No, Your Honor, the clerk replies. Timestamp matches metadata. Compression, but raw. Kody stands quickly, chest heaving. That's private. It wasn't abuse. You twist everything I say. Christine rises too, her voice sharp but trembling. You twisted us, Kody. Every time we spoke, every time the kids whispered, is he mad today? Or tired? Do you even remember that? Don't lecture me, Kody snaps. You left. You threw this family away. Christine's voice drops, softer, breaking. I left. Because I thought if I stayed long enough, one of the kids would stop smiling. Janelle's scarf muffles her sobs. Robyn stares down, trembling. Christine continues, you made us choose between your pride and our peace. And for years, we chose your pride. Pause. If you're still listening, you're starting to feel what they lived through. Not tabloid rumors, not scripted reality, just raw pieces of pain. The judge turns. Ms. Brown, do you support this investigation? Janelle freezes. Her lawyer avoids eye contact. Christine studies her. The room holds its breath. Finally, Janelle rises. Her voice steady but trembling underneath. I support my sons, even if it ruins everything else. The judge warns, cooperation could put the community bank account under review. Family trust access could be frozen. Janelle nods, a breath catching in her chest. If it all burns, I'll still have them. And for the first time, Mary's rigid shoulders ease. Because this isn't a custody hearing anymore. It's confession, written in real time. Kody sinks into his chair, melting beneath the weight of his own record. His voice small now. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. Christine shakes her head, steady and cutting. No, you were trying to win. And that's worse. The judge lifts her gavel once. Entered into permanent record. I am approving formal investigation under Section 262, patterns of verbal intimidation resulting in emotional trauma. And just like that, Kody Brown isn't a father in this courtroom. He's a respondent. But before recess is called, another voice rises. Not a lawyer, not a spouse, a daughter. 19 years old, calm, poised. Her voice shakes only once, at the microphone, catching her own heartbeat in the echo. Kody and Robyn stiffen instantly. Because she isn't angry, she's afraid. I want to speak on how things really were, she begins. Not how they're being painted. Because growing up in our house, everything depended on who mattered that week. The judge asks, and who usually mattered? The girl swallows. Her eyes flick toward Robyn. Usually, Robyn? Robyn jerks upright. Her lawyer whispers urgently, but the daughter keeps going. When we needed money for braces, for school, we were told funds were tight. But Robyn's kids had private lessons. Birthday trips, new shoes. New furniture, always new. Her voice cracks, but she studies it. I don't blame her kids. I don't, but one time, Kody looked at me and said, go ask your real mom if it's important. My house doesn't sponsor pity requests. Silence. Robyn freezes. Christine looks down. Because it always hurts worse when the truth comes out of a child's mouth. Without music, without editing, just raw memory. The judge leans forward. Do you have documentation? The daughter nods. She pulls a folded paper from her folder. Christmas. 2 years ago, I asked for something small. A used camera. She hands it over. The judge reads, word by word, out loud. I don't have room on the card for extras from kids I barely see. Ask your mom why that is. The courtroom doesn't move. Because those words don't belong to rumor. They belong to Kody. Words don't belong to rumor. They belong to Kody. You can feel the oxygen vanish from the courtroom. The air is heavy, suffocating. Kody exhales through gritted teeth, his jaw tight, his pride collapsing. I didn't mean it like that, he blurts. But his daughter doesn't flinch. She snaps back, voice rising, not caring that a judge sits only feet away. But you said it. You preached about honor, about family, about God. But when the cameras were gone, you treated us like extras in a story that was never ours. The room tilts. Robyn whispers, barely audible, baby, I never knew. But the daughter locks her eyes on her, firm, sharp, final. He only said it when you weren't around, so you'd still think he was perfect. That sentence lands like a stone in still water. No screaming, no theatrics, just scars revealed in plain words. The kind of pain that doesn't fade because it comes not from mistakes, but from pretense. The judge leans forward, her voice steady. I am extending protective testimonial rights to every adult child under 21. From now on, all statements will be anonymized. Kody doesn't argue. He doesn't even try. He just folds inward, pulling at papers he'll never read, sipping water he never swallows. The fight is gone. And then, Christine steps forward, calm, slow. She asks for something unusual, permission to speak off record. The judge allows it. Christine's voice is low, stripped of performance. The world thought I left over patriarchy, over jealousy, over Robyn, but that's not the truth. I left because one night I saw him raise his hand to one of our boys. He stopped himself halfway, but the look in his eyes, the throat tightens. The rage was there, and I knew if I stayed, the next time he wouldn't stop. Even Kody stiffens. He knows she's never spoken that truth out loud. Not on camera, not in public. Robyn covers her face. Janelle leans forward, laying a hand softly on Christine's back. And Mary finally rises. Her voice is steady, calm. Decades in the making, I don't have kids in the house anymore. No dog in this fight. But I do know this. When your child flinches at your tone, you don't get to blame his mother. No evidence, no papers, just memory clenched into fists. I stayed, she admits, because I thought loyalty could fill the emptiness. But it never did. Robyn whispers, I thought it was loyalty too. Mary turns to her. Not cruel, just final. No, you thought it was love. It wasn't, it was fear. Fear pretending to be structure. When Mary speaks those words, it's not a victim's voice. It's an exit. 30 years too late, but final. The judge doesn't issue rulings. She doesn't sign orders. Instead, she says, this is no longer a custody hearing. This is a family exposure. Decide what matters more, your name or your healing. Court is adjourned for the evening, but it's already too late to take any of it back. As the family gathers their things, Christine hugs her daughter. Janelle holds her son's hand. Robyn walks out alone, and Kody stays seated, broken, watching the pieces of his identity slip through his fingers. But what he doesn't know is that tomorrow it gets worse. Because when court resumes, the next witness isn't a wife, not a child, not even a lawyer. It's a woman Christine hired years ago in secret, a forensic accountant, a private investigator. And she isn't bringing rumors. She's bringing proof. 2 names, 1 account, 17 transactions. Paper is quiet. But paper destroys. But paper destroys. The courtroom is heavy. You can feel it in the silence, in the way even the walls seem to lean in. Robyn won't look up. The elder's words still hang in the air. Was that wife here that night? His answer, yes, she's here today. She begged us for help, and her husband silenced her. The judge leans forward, voice sharp. Explain. The elder swallows. It was one of the younger sons, defiant, refused prayer meetings. Mr. Brown said the boy was poisoning the spiritual energy of the house. He asked us to sanction silence, cutting off care, cutting off attention, isolation. A ripple runs through the courtroom. The code is clear to the family. Excommunication inside your own home. Mary closes her eyes. Christine grips her pen tighter. Even Janelle's breath trembles. The judge presses again. And this was allowed? The elder shakes his head. No, we refused. And 1 month later, the Browns left the church. Not for independence, but because Kody didn't get his approval for spiritual rejection. The silence that follows isn't empty. It screams. Because now everyone sees it, Kody never wanted obedience. He wanted worship. And then out of nowhere, Robyn stands. No lawyer, no script. Her voice shakes. I'd like to speak. On record, the judge narrows her eyes. Are you here to defend or to accuse? Robyn exhales, almost defeated. That's the thing. I don't know anymore. Kody snaps. Robyn, don't. But she cuts him off, louder now. Don't talk. Not this time. Her words stumble, but her courage builds. I thought silence was loyalty. I thought hiding the screaming behind closed doors was better than breaking apart in public. I didn't know about the accounts. I didn't know how far back it went. I thought the gifts were his, not ours, and now? I don't even trust him with a grocery receipt, let alone our children. Even Christine looks away. The pain is too raw, too close. Robyn whispers, he's not the man I married. The session ends on her words. Not with a gavel, not with order, but with a wound split wide open. And by morning, the storm only grows. Robyn's attorney files an emergency motion overnight. Freeze the assets. Every account, every dollar tied to the family trust. The judge agrees. 72 hours. No movement, no escape. Kody explodes. His body shakes as he roars, I'm the reason you're all here. I built this family. I got you the deals, the show, the houses. He points straight at Christine. You wouldn't even have a roof without me. But Christine doesn't blink. Her answer is ice, then stop destroying it. The room shifts. This isn't just a trial anymore. It's an unraveling. The next witness takes the stand. Calm, professional, the state-appointed therapist. Her tone cuts like steel. In 21 years of practice, I've never seen a family hold the illusion of cooperation this long before collapsing into full psychological rupture. She lists the damage. Anxiety triggered by their father's presence. Emotional blackouts. Minors shielding each other from trauma. Children who never once described themselves as safe. The word lingers, safe not once. Robyn's hand shakes. Mary grips her knees. Christine forces the question out. Did any of them ever say they felt safe? The therapist looks up. No, the air cracks. Because that truth is heavier than any accusation. Robyn rises again, voice trembling but firm. I believed. I defended him. I thought this family was rooted in love. But I see now I wasn't protecting a home. I was guarding a kingdom where only one man was king, and the rest of us were servants. Kody snaps back. I never asked for that. Robyn fires back. Yes, you did. Every silent decision. Every time you chose control over care. And then another voice. From the back row, strong, unrehearsed, one of the older children. I was 13 when I realized I wasn't loved the same. You told me some kids are born good and others are hard. I was the hard one. Christmas morning, you walked past me. You gave her kids the gifts first. You called them angels. The courtroom cracks. Tears fall. Even the court reporter pulls her headphones off to breathe. I'm not angry anymore, the child says. But what hurts is how long it took for someone besides us to admit it. Your love always came with performance. The judge motions for silence, but the damage is done. Kody stands, chest heaving. Everyone braces for rage. But instead, he does something no one expects. He takes the microphone. There's no fixing this. You've all made up your minds. I wasn't perfect. I didn't try to be. I tried to lead. Maybe Christine led with softness. I led with order, and maybe that made us hate each other more than we admitted. His voice hardens. You want me to apologize for raising 5 households of kids on camera? For keeping the rules? I won't. Christine leans forward. Her voice is steady. We wanted leadership, not dictatorship. Janelle whispers, we wanted love, not surveillance. The judge's gavel strikes at last. Her words are final. There is a difference between structure and power. Mr. Brown, you stopped giving structure the moment your opinion became punishment. The day ends, but the war is far from over. Because when the doors swing open again, Kody isn't alone. Behind him walks a production consultant, folder thick with secrets. And the truth he carries will burn brighter than any testimony before. Truth he carries will burn brighter than any testimony before.